news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey, Smiley Morning Show. I needed to get y'all comments and get y'all opinions on something. I'm just going to tell y'all, like I told y'all on social media yesterday, don't fall for the okie doke. Stay at home. I don't care what they open. I don't care what their Governor Kemp and the rest of some of these southern crazy governors are doing or whatever. Stay at home, man. Stay at home. You can do your own nails. You can figure out all that new growth and everything else or whatever. Just stay at home and keep yourself safe. Do y'all know that 7 people contacted COVID-19 in the state of Wisconsin just trying to get out there and vote? 6 voters and 1 poll worker. See what I'm saying? And they was standing in line using social distance. Go ahead, Kay. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was going to say, I just found something really interesting, and none of us had thought about this maybe. But in the state of Georgia, they're thinking, somebody had an idea that maybe this is about money more than anything else, because they're saying that Governor Kemp is looking at 1 million unemployment applications for the state, right?
Right.
And the state can't pay those over 6 months based on what they have in reserve for, the money that the state has. And if there's no state order calling for businesses to be closed, then the people who are unemployed can no longer claim that their unemployment is involuntary.
Right.
Like a hairdresser or a massage therapist can't maintain social distance, but they can file for relief unless the law says that they can work. That's why gyms, fitness centers, body art studios, barbers, massage therapists are being called back to work, not banks, not software firms, not factories, and not schools. Now, that's another angle that we hadn't even looked at.
No, that makes so much sense. Like, how are we okay to sit in a movie theater next to someone, but the kids are not safe to go to school? You know something is wrong. If the kids can't go to school, then we should not be near each other, point blank and period.
And we already... go ahead.
The purpose is not to open up the businesses, but to get the workers out of a status of being able to file for all this relief. Because you got to understand that these states are being overwhelmed by unemployment requests and benefits that they have to pay out if the people can't go to work. But if they say that your job is open and you can go to work, you're just choosing not to go to work. Now you don't qualify, so now the state doesn't have to pay you.
Is that how it go? Yeah, and
because they can open for business and nobody's gonna want to come.
They can't force you to come,
get a massage or whatever.
Exactly, Rock.
So okay, explain this to me. So the stimulus money, why is top universities and people like Ruth Chris Steakhouse and Shake Shack and all of those top businesses getting $10 and $20 million out of the stimulus money?
Well, I heard that question posed to Maxine Waters on a radio show a couple of days ago, and she was saying that...
Hold that thought. Coming back with the answer, why is the money going toward major universities and Shake Shack and Ruth Chris Steakhouse, who, by the way, made $400-something million on last year? Why are they getting a stimulus check for $20 million? We'll have the answer coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
This is the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Morning Show. Hey, we talking about everything that's going on, with the coronavirus, and the governors are reopening businesses, and we just trying to tell folks, man, to be safe and stay at home. I was really disappointed. I was really, really, really disappointed to see that long line outside of the nail shop on yesterday. Did anybody see that on Facebook? And I guess,
no.
The line was damn near down the street.
What state?
It's great. I don't want to say because I don't want nobody to get mad and start going off and cussing, because you can't say nothing to folks because everybody's sensitive or whatever. But and next door was a beauty supply store, and they open. And speaking of which or whatever, I just want to say this right here: they really mistreating black people in China, and they blaming the corona. They're trying to blame the coronavirus on a black lady trying to go to the hospital to have a baby. They would not let her go into the hospital, and black people being arrested and taken away in China. But what they're doing over in the country of Ghana or whatever, in reaction to how black people are being treated in China, they holding them accountable as well, because it came from Wuhan. It didn't come from nowhere. So I don't know why they doing that. But anyway, the question you have a Special K was what before we went to break?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this $2.2 trillion stimulus package and how it seems like a lot of the people that are getting the money, the businesses that are getting the money, are not the true small businesses, meaning like 30 employees or less, but it's the big corporations that have a small business status with the government, but they're actually huge corporations that are taking all the money. And back in the early part of April, Trump removed the inspector general who was to oversee the stimulus money spending. And I was saying that Congresswoman Maxine Waters, was saying that Congress is right now, they just approved some more money, but they're also trying to get another independent person in there to oversee and manage how this money is distributed to make sure that the smaller businesses got just as much of an equal shot to get the money as the big businesses. Because what's happening now is there's a big pot of money that's floating around, and all the big dogs are pushing all the little dogs to the back of the pack, and they're raking it in because there's no oversight and there's nobody to say, hey, we need to make sure the little people get it before the big people do. There's nobody there to oversee that. So you just got a big pot of money, and in a situation like that, it's going to be, survival of the fittest. So of course, the Ruth's Chris and those are going to get it over the little, body repair shops and all that kind of stuff. It's criminal what's going on right now in Washington, man.
All right, so the Republican governors across the country want to reopen the economy so people can get back to work. Do you think it's necessary or foolish? Get out as 866-9 Rickey. Good morning.
I think it's foolish. They're playing politics with people's lives. I think it's too soon. I think that they're making a huge mistake by opening up the cities and states too early. I think it's a setup.
I think it's foolish, and it's all being done in the black communities.
I think it's necessary for some people because everybody can't afford to sit home and not work, and bills piling up. So, it's a tough situation. I just say put on a mask and go get what you got to get.
The U.S. dollar is the strongest currency on the planet Earth because of the strength of the U.S. economy. The U.S. economy has to get moving again. I know that it's necessary.
I think it's foolish, and I think the reason why they're doing it is because they're using low income and people as guinea pigs.
I believe that. I swear. I think about that Tuskegee experiment all the time, man. And sometimes, man, you have to check your history to know your past in order to understand your future. And I would not trust anything. I wouldn't go into any of those places or any of those businesses or whatever. Do your own hair. Y'all have to understand that Dr. King, when they a lot of people and a lot of pastors tried to get Dr. King to go along and get rid of the bus boycott in Montgomery, Dr. King, Ralph Abernathy, Jesse Jackson, and Pastor Fred Shuttlesworth and Joseph Lowry, they went to all the clubs, all of the nightclubs in Montgomery to let everybody know that the bus boycott was not over, as where a lot of pastors said that it was, where they can continue the bus boycott. So I'm telling y'all, man, you're just going to have to hunker down and do without. Don't go nowhere. Don't support none of these businesses. Don't put yourself at risk. I had a young lady at the grocery store yesterday that didn't have a mask on. She had it under her chin. I said, let me ask you something. I said, why do you have your mask on your chin? She said, the strap irritate the back of my ears. I said, love. She said, I just need some air. I said, go get the air outside. Don't get the air in here. Right. I said, ma'am, it's not worth your life. It's not worth your life. I said, because if they drop you off at the ER and you got COVID, then that's the last time you're going to see a family getting dropped off at the ER. Ain't no, if you die and have to get put on a ventilator, your last time you'll probably see your family is on FaceTime. And that nurse with that thing over his face and that mask on is your comforter. And that ain't what you want, and that ain't no way to go. You understand? If you're going to go like a G with your family around you, but don't go like that. That's a horrible death and a lone death. And somebody that with an astronaut suit on is the closest thing to a human interaction that you're going to get. Be safe. Use your common sense. Don't do it. Figure something out. You got to come up with a plan. It's very complicated. and some people are desperate, but man, this thing is about life and death. You understand? So, what we got? We got Chef Kurt Boudreaux coming up next, man. You can leave if you can't get through. You can hit us up on our Facebook page. Chef Kurt Boudreaux up next. 29 before the top of the hour. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.